I get so many coupons from TikTok to promote my stuff. You're not getting a dime of my money. Sorry. Been there, done that, got that t-shirt. Well, you kept banning my pages. I'm going to take a hard pass. But thank you for the coupons. It's so funny. I was just sitting outside and I heard this sexy muffler. I was like, ride. It was like loud. It was good. I enjoyed it. Thank you to whoever it was. It was definitely I would say it was probably an antique. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Or a truck. Either way, it was a good sounding muffler. You get my approval. I'm watching Moonfall. It's a really good movie if you haven't seen it. I enjoy watching movies. I love watching movies. It's like my favorite pastime. Movies, documentaries, series, all facets of them. I love it. I guess I've always enjoyed movies and music, and I think it's fun to get away from reality. Who wants to sit in reality right now? Reality is not a good time for a lot of people. I know that. I'm sure a lot of people probably can resonate with that, It's just a hard time right now for everyone. It really is, and it's really sad, And for me personally, during, my spiritual awakening and my transformation, I've just found, peace in just enjoying my solitude, hanging out with myself. And I've always been one that enjoys my time. I really have. But I watched episode 5 on Chosen, and it came to me. There was a portion when Jesus was talking about his disciples. It's such an intense season. It really is, leading up to his crucifixion. And at the end of this episode is when Judas betrays him. Those darn Judas, man. They get you. And Jesus knew. He knew what was leading up with him, and, forgive him. He just doesn't know better. People just don't know no better. They really don't. It's nothing but next to them. It's just the way that their conditionings of their upbringing, the conditionings of the world, and the conditionings of their ego. It really is all it boils down to. And so when you get to a place in your mind, when you recognize that, you just don't allow anything of the exterior world that's happening around you to penetrate you. Because it has nothing to do with you. All you have control over is you and how you respond to things, how you feel about things, and what you think and how you feel in your heart, and you can't allow what other people project or deflect, hurt you, and I know it's easier said than done. It is. I know, without a doubt. I understand that firsthand. Believe me. And that's where I've just leaned on God and the Most High and the Divine so much. I've always had I said that earlier today, I've always had a very close, unique connection with God. I see that now. Outside of this world, really. And I'm just tapping in. I mean, when I got baptized, I got so involved in my church at the time. Like, I went through all the classes to become a member. I did church retreats, and I did Bible study groups. And so, I got I was really involved in the church, and, growing close with the community there. And I enjoyed the time I had there, you know what I mean? And then I went through my divorce, and, things happened and things changed. And it's one of those things, seasons for reasons, I really do firmly believe that, with my heart of hearts through and through. But in the episode, when Jesus is talking to the disciples, he said he was talking about the fig tree that he had cursed and the reasoning behind it, and the, message why he did it. And he always speaks in parables. And sometimes I feel like sometimes I do that in ways. Mine don't. I know a lot of the times that don't make sense. And I am redundant. And, sometimes I can come off a little harsh, and not always positive. And I know all of these things about me. But the reality is, there's just a lot of things in this world that just doesn't get said. There's a lot of lack of advocating and a lot of lack of spreading awareness, you know? And so if you run alongside the fence of advocating for things that just are frowned upon to talk about, or frowned upon to advocate for, you're going to be labeled, you know, harsh, or, you know, not being positive. And that all comes with it. You know what I mean? And you just have to find the happy balance within yourself and know within yourself that you always lead with genuine intentions, with genuine positivity. And I know within my heart of hearts and every bone and fiber of my body, that's what I always lead with when I do speak, when I do advocate, when I say the things that I say. And so I don't allow, you know, different things when it comes to projections and stuff like that to affect me, but I do take constructive criticism through and through, you know. But he said, pray as if it already has happened, when he was talking to his disciples. And it like blew my mind, because I was like, dang, that's really good. When you say prayers, pray as if it's already happened, you know, like, God, thank you for making sure my family is healthy. God, thank you for making sure we have food on the table. God, thank you for seeing me through that trial and tribulation. You know, thank you for allowing me to alchemize all the pain into love. You know, thank you for allowing me to walk through the betrayals and see the broader scale of what's behind a betrayal. You know, people generally don't betray you because they want to. Honestly, I don't feel that way. You know, we live in a world right now where there's just a lot of deception. There's a lot of hairy areas. There's a lot of gray areas in the world, you know, and there's a lot of miscued, compelling arguments. There's a lot of, you know, narratives. And so it's one of those things. You just have to find the happy balance within yourself. But I just felt compelled because I was sitting outside. I heard that muffler. The frogs started going off. And I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to roll with it. Because, yes, praying as if you already have it in existence. And I'm going to work on that as well. You know, I don't ever pray for, like, anything when it comes to me outside of just strength and helping me walk into my purpose to the best of my abilities that you see fit for me. You know what I mean? That's how I pray. I don't ever really manifest like money or like career or anything like that. I know that's a big deal, and it is important to have goals, and I do understand it takes money to make the world turn. You know what I mean? But just for me personally, I never really do that. And so, you know, I need to work on praying as if things are coming to existence too. Because of the world I've been in, you know, the last 40 years, it's really hard for me. I'm so tired of letdowns, and I'm so tired of, I guess, I've learned to walk with no expectations. And so because I walk with no expectations, I'm just never let down. But then on the other side of the fence, I can be like a little bit cynical when it comes to, you know, oh yeah, you know, like, oh, the truth will prevail, you know, like, oh, to the bar, you know, and it's just like one of those things like, nah, it's big. It's a big. It's going to take some time, you know, and God's got his hands on everything. And all I know is that I can just be authentically me, is what I've always been, you know, but I felt compelled to make a video. I hope this video resonated. But pray as if things I've already come into an existence. Because honestly, a lot of the times, everything you pray for, if you're saying the right prayers, they do come true. I know for me, they do. You know, like when I'm on the roads and I see the chaos around me, I know I'm protected. I hands down know I'm protected. Not just by the silent people that are protecting me, because I know I have some. I know I have a lot. I do indeed. But, you know, my archangels and my spirit team and God and Jesus and Source, I mean, they're all around me. I can feel the energy. I can feel it in the clouds. It's so crazy, too, because I said this on my way home today from Pensacola. I was like, golly, people, do you see these clouds? I mean, my goodness, God's all in the clouds. If you really look at them and take your time and open your eyes to it, you can see the signs and synchronicities that he's sending to you through different things in the clouds. I can Whoo! I saw so much today in the clouds. Like the world, like a new Earth was forming in actual, like in the actual clouds, and that's the second time